everybody. Welcome to Live at 5. And we've got royalty in the house.
Royalty. King Rory is here from Hamilton. Rory O'Malley. So excited.
So excited. It's Monday, November the 28th. Let's whip through the news. There's quite a lot of it today. First of all, if you've not watched Paul and Torek on the carpet talking to all the Hairspray Live cast, then after this, you have got to go and do that. It's amazing.
It's magical.
Ariana Grande, Kristen Chenoweth. He's getting all sorts of exclusive things out of them.
Hairspray. Everybody loves Hairspray.
What's
not to love about that show?
Yeah. So that's great. Grosses. Unsurprisingly, Hamilton had a bit of a week.
What?
I know. Did more than $3 million, which is huge. Traditionally, Thanksgiving week is massive for Broadway. 13 shows were in the Millionaires Club this week, so that's great news there. Slightly interesting off-Broadway news this morning.
Yes. Tell me about it.
Taylor Louderman quit Ride the Cyclone because of creative differences.
That's unfortunate.
So they've got Tiffany Tatro, who played her role in Chicago, coming in, and that opens.
And this is the new off-Broadway musical about amusement park tragedy.
But
Let's
it's
put it like
a
that.
comedy, but it's tragic, but it's. I did the meet and greet. Have a look at that video. I know a lot about it, obviously.
So articulate about this show.
So articulate. Dilys Groman and Amra Faye Wright will return to Chicago from tonight on the Broadway.
Awesome.
Sad news, Fritz Weaver, who won the Tony for Child's Play, died aged 90.
Great talent.
Shifting gears, Dreamgirls London pictures are out.
This is shifting gears. Dreamgirls London photos.
O'Reilly looking incredible. We have our eye on that one for coming.
Because it's Dreamgirls, the best musical ever. What do you think, Rory? One of the best musicals?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll hear. We'll get to you in a second.
It's never been to the West End.
It's the London debut, the West End debut of Dreamgirls. It's amazing.
Mark Ballas got married over Thanksgiving weekend, so congratulations
to
our
his
blogger.
vlog off this week. Can you blame him though? I mean, he got married. We're gonna give it to him. It's gonna be okay.
Has that special announcement come yet about?
We have a special vlog.
We do.
Replacement.
Just for
Just for 1 week only. Should we tell them?
Yeah.
You should tell them because it makes you so happy.
It's the Rum Tum Tugger, everybody, Tyler Haynes.
He shared his Thanksgiving Day parade experience with us, so that's super awesome. So that'll be up later today.
Right, culturalist results. We want to know which Broadway star should make a holiday album
that doesn't already have one.
Yes. So let's go backwards. Number 5 was Sierra Burgess, my good friend. 4, Audra McDonald.
Queen of Broadway.
3, Laura Osnes.
Sweetheart of Broadway.
2, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Other King of Broadway.
But guess who you voted for?
This is not a shock, actually.
I mean, it's so surprising. I just
so weird that people would want.
Aaron
Tate, our Broadway boyfriend. Hi, Aaron. I know you're watching.
Hello. Yes, we're waiting
Aaron,
for his
we want to see your Jingle Bells. Okay?
All right, then.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Will Swenson will lead a reading of Brave New World.
Cool.
Okay, and odds and ends today. Ashanti and Ja Rule's Hamilton mixtape track is up. Danielle Brooks is set for CSE's The Amen Corner. This is one to watch. Director Marianne Elliott, who's won 2 Tonys, one for directing War Horse, the other for directing Curious Incident. She's starting a new production company in the UK, and they're going to be doing a new version of Sondheim's Company
with
all female
women.
Yeah.
Bobby Baby.
She's also bringing Heisenberg from Broadway to London. So that's just one to watch. Marianne Elliott is a huge talent. New trailer for Denzel Washington's Fences. Jonathan Groff and Jimmy Fallon were having fun over the weekend.
I mean, come on.
Hot Shot Gallery. And also Warpaint. You can now buy your tickets.
To Warpaint, starring Patti LuPone and Christine Ebersole. And we're also reminded that, yes, Florence Henderson unfortunately died over the weekend, so we did have an obit about that. Thanks for reminding me. Alec Black.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm going because you really don't want me.
We want you, but we want Rory more. Come in, Rory O'Malley!
Hi.
We need more.
Hi.
Hi, Rory.
Hi, guys.
That's how I feel like saying your name.
So
Rory.
nice.
Such a sweetheart.
I love being here. I feel very at home with you.
I feel like I should bow.
No.
No, you don't require that?
No.
Do I have to
No, I'm watching.
You have a ring I should kiss?
You know what's so funny is I'm watching The Crown on Netflix right now.
Oh my gosh, are you obsessed?
And it's blowing my mind. It's changing my performance every day because I'm learning more and more.
I'm sure your director would love to hear that.
Oh yeah, sure. You're welcome, Tommy. But it's blowing my mind. But my husband and I were watching it, and there's this scene where the Prince Philip has to kneel to the Queen.
To his wife.
Yeah, and
that would not be happening with your husband.
No,
Gerald would be like,
no. And Gerald, in fact, he said, if I was getting coronated, I'd have you crawling from the back row to me. So it shows you that
So happy
I'm
marriage, it's all going well.
Yeah, it's going great. But yeah, I'm definitely not the king in real life. I just play one on stage. Just much more fun.
How fun is that? Okay, can we talk about that for a second? We have so many questions.
Sure.
So many questions, but can we just talk about your costume for a second?
Absolutely.
How does it change your posture when you put on the crown?
It
get a little
changes
arrogant,
everything. I would
a
say.
little. Do you start telling people?
Yeah, I had to.
Do you demand things from your dresser?
Yeah, I turn into a real jerk.
I thought so. I could see it.
It's embarrassing.
Because you're such a nice guy when you're not wearing it.
Yeah, but you put some like faux fur on me, and it really goes to my head.
Watch out.
No, it's crazy how much the costume informs the character.
I don't have to tell you guys what this costume looks like.
Yeah.
It's a massive undertaking.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And of course now it's like it takes me 5 minutes to put it on and I don't even really notice it. But the crown, obviously, is a very significant costume piece. And everyone asks me how much it weighs or is it heavy? And the answer is it is 2.7 pounds. 2.7.
You weigh that yourself?
Yes. I weighed it myself, so it could be wildly inaccurate. But hey, I needed an answer. When you get asked if something's heavy so many times, you like need a good answer. So 2.7. So, put 2.7 pounds on your head and let me know if that's heavy. But you have to balance it. You can't like tip.
No leaning.
There's no strap that like keeps it on. So yeah, it definitely informs the character, and you stand upright
and you deliver awesome songs.
Yeah.
Awesome songs in your British accent.
It is a gift of a role.
Is there a brotherhood of the former kings?
Yes, the Order of the Garter.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you not know
yes,
about
I did
it?
know this. Actually.
Oh, okay. I'm like, please, we know. Yeah, the Order of the Garter, which, again, I'll bring up the crown, and if you ask everybody backstage, I'm talking about the crown way too much. But they start with a scene of bringing Prince Philip into the Royal Order of the Garter, and I was like, I thought Brian Darcy James made this up. It's a real thing. Brian Darcy James, boy, he knows everything.
That's not untrue.
No.
That's a true fact.
So we have a garter that we wear, one garter on the left leg, which everyone always says, you're missing a garter on the other leg. Well, that's how the king did it. That's how the king rolls. One garter on the left leg. And so we put the garter on the new king. So Brian put it on Jonathan Groff, and when Andrew took over for Jonathan,
Andrew Rannells.
Put it on Andrew Rannells. And then when I took over for Jonathan, he put it on me, so I'm King George III, the fourth. And when I give over the scepter and crown, I will put it on the next king. When I also did it for Alex, Alex Gemignani, who is playing it in Chicago.
Oh, you did?
And I crowned him King G3 of the Windy City.
Ooh, and it rhymes, sort of. I love that.
Sort of. It wasn't Lynn approved.
There are so many questions, and I want to get to everyone's questions, but I have questions too, you guys, because you have a podcast.
I do have a podcast.
And I listen to it, and it's awesome.
You do. Thank you.
It's called?
It's called Living the Dream.
There's a song.
With Rory O'Malley, yes. Audition, side job, swimming upstream. Believe it or not, you're living the dream. Which I made in 4 hours on my garage band. By myself, which you will clearly know when you listen to it.
Original.
Yes.
So you get to just sort of talk to people you love or want to talk to, maybe don't love them yet.
Yes. No, I really started out talking to people in the business who I knew and who I didn't just admire their work on stage. I admired the kind of person that they were. And I felt like I'm just at a point in life where I want to have real conversations with people in this business, not about how they get work, but about how they stay grounded and happy. And
which is something you seem very good at.
Well, thank you. But the way that you do that is you talk to people who are living the kind of life that you want to live.
Yeah.
So I talked to Stephanie J. Block. I talked to Gavin Creel. I've talked to my friends Nikki James, and
your husband,
and my husband. This week's episode is my husband, Gerald Schroeder.
A personal holiday episode.
Personal. He is not a performer, but he certainly knows what it's like to deal with one.
It's always good to date or marry a civilian.
Yeah,
that's some advice for you out there.
Yeah, I think that we are around a lot of other performers and people in the business, and so of course
he does call you crazy.
He does. He actually calls all of us crazy.
Loving way. All actors are crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's the one who married one.
Yeah.
So what does that say about him?
He's in the club.
That's what I say.
we have something else to talk about.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say more about.
No,
unless
no.
you want to sing the song again, because you can totally.
No,
sing the
no.
song
You
again.
can you can find the song at "Living the Dream" with Rory O'Malley on iTunes or on Podbean or on
LTD.
Google Play.
Yeah. So you have a show coming up.
I do at 54 Below.
Below.
Yes.
This is beyond insane and wonderful. It's called Out of the Basement.
Yes.
Because you, like me, we're from the Midwest.
Yes.
We're from the same hometown, and you spent some time in your basement.
Yeah.
Singing some songs of maybe some Disney princesses.
Yes.
Or something
I was an only child, and I love musicals, and I didn't have a lot of friends. They called me the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Not nice.
No,
Nice.
but I embraced it. I found my audience. Hee hee. I was just like, I got my laughs when I needed them. But I didn't have a lot of friends. I was a weird kid. I wanted everyone to play Sweeney Todd. I was always looking for a Mrs.
You were
Lovett.
just more talented than everyone else.
Yeah. They didn't see it that way. But I would end up just putting on full musicals in my basement.
And you played all the parts?
I played all the parts because I had no one else to
Does
play
that
them.
mean you could step in for any one of these classic musicals you love?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So just
absolutely.
Just
so
in
you
case
know.
anyone's
Especially
feeling a
the
little
Disney
tickle.
ones.
Yeah.
The Disney ones, and that's what happened was I put on this production. To me it was a production. It
More
was
of a
just
one-man
me.
show.
There was no audience, no costumes, but it was a full scale production in Cleveland, Ohio, subterranean. My record.
Subterranean production.
But I did this for the first time for a benefit last year, and
Check YouTube.
yes, and it was so much fun that I decided to put together a show at 54 Below in Broadway's basement.
Ooh, see what he did? That's amazing. Oh, you've been practicing. It's okay.
It's true. But I thought it was a great place for me to show the world all of the creations that I've been making since I was a kid, and how I fell in love with musical theater, and there's a lot of Disney, a lot of Bette Midler.
What was your first love? Your first musical love?
Bette Midler.
That's a
I
good
wanted
introduction.
I wanted to marry Bette Midler. I was a confused young man when she lost the Grammy to Mariah Carey, some newcomer. I literally turned off the TV and called out of school the next day to mourn. I was so sad that my Bette lost. I thought that
I hope you wrote her a letter.
From a Distance was a way superior song than whatever this new Mariah Carey girl was singing. And now my husband is the biggest Mariah Carey fan in the whole world.
You guys get along so well. Also, you have a long-distance relationship.
Yeah, because he's in L.A. I brought him to L.A. and ditched him and came back to New York to do Hamilton. He's like, thanks a lot.
Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to go into the biggest show in Broadway history.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Every once in a while.
It's true. And I'm very lucky that I'm married to a man who isn't in the business but loves Broadway just as much, if not more than me. And we saw the show at the Public, and he's been very supportive, and he's amazing. And that's why I was glad I got to do the podcast episode with him and thank him for being such a great hubby.
So give us a little sneak peek into your set list.
Okay, so we've got Belle, Disney princess. There's...
Do you have a dress?
Oh, no,
I won't give it away. Just a set list.
I play all the characters,
Oh, that's
so
true. You have to be flexible.
I have a lot of costume changes that are in your mind. And I have something from Beaches, a huge,
Coming up on Lifetime
huge
in
hit
January.
from Beaches. Yes, well, I want to see if what I'm very interested. I'm going to be so excited to watch it.
And
Love everyone
maybe
involved.
A little judgmental.
But Beaches is the greatest movie that was ever made. So, if they remade Gone with the Wind, everyone would be like, okay, let's see what you got. And this is basically my gay Gone with the Wind, Beaches. Okay? So,
I would love to see what Lifetime television would do to Gone with the Wind. Let's take some questions. People are
starring
freaking out.
Kristen Chenoweth. She would make a great singing Scarlet.
Sign me up. I'm ready for that. She'd look great in the outfits. So you've got a little Belle.
Yes, Belle. I've got some pop stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing a Kander and Ebb song, and I've got Rufus Wainwright and a David Bowie song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's eclectic. I
love
like it.
David Bowie, and I'm celebrating a loss this year, but you know his music's gonna live on forever, and it's gonna be a big party. It's just gonna be a big
It sounds like
gay
fun.
Midwest basement musical extravaganza, and
Like
if
you've
that doesn't
never
make
seen
any
before.
sense, just come and find out
Figure
what
it
that
out.
is.
Yes. All right, we're going to take some questions because they're
December
a million
11th and 12th,
at 54
Sunday,
Below,
and
Broadway's
Monday.
basement.
Broadway's basement.
So many questions. What piece of advice did each previous George give you? Asks David. Hi, David.
I had wonderful advice from Jonathan Groff, a lot of book recommendations of what to do backstage, and the walk. He definitely helped me with the walk. He also was just like, "Don't worry about the walk. Everyone's going to ask you about the walk. Just
He helped
walk."
Beyonce with the walk.
Yes.
So
then,
he knows the walk.
Then it became a thing. And
Yeah.
so
Everything
I got
with
worried
Hamilton
about
becomes a thing.
Exactly, even walking 5 steps. So you know, he was so good to me, and just like took me in, and you know, was at a time that, you know, it's nerve-wracking walking into the biggest show
Sure, of
in the
course.
world, worrying you're gonna ruin it for everyone. And he was so sweet to me. And Andrew, I called up Andrew when I told him I got it, and he said, "Rory, I was scared out of my mind. Don't worry, everyone there is so great, and you're going to be amazing." And Andrew is just such a good friend.
Sure,
my
your former
buddy friend.
Mormons or Formans?
Formans.
Formans.
We're going to have to use that at the meetings now.
With your secret underwear. Shh.
Ah.
Okay. There's so many questions. I can't even like process these. But
Okay.
Elise asks, "What is your dream role?" Is it Beaches? Is it?
You know,
CC Bloom?
I was really upset when I heard they were making a stage version of Beaches, and I wasn't allowed to go in for CC Bloom. Yeah. You know, there are some disappointments in this industry that are bigger than others, but that has to be my greatest.
Many people are asking this. Sarah's asking, what's the funniest mess up on stage? I assume they mean at Hamilton.
Yes. My biggest mess up was the 5th performance, when I started to get a little cocky, thinking, I know this show now. I've done it 5 times. And I walked out for my 3rd entrance without the crown.
Oops.
Which, you know, wouldn't be that big of a deal, except that's where my microphone is. So no one was going to be able to hear me. And luckily, the sound team is amazing there, and I had a emergency mic under my wig for the end of the show, and they just put it right up and made it so that it was seamless.
The Hamilton crew had to save you.
They did. And so they got lots of bottles of wine and candy the next day. And I haven't forgotten my crown since.
Oh my gosh. Alec wants to know if you're going to see falsettos.
I am, and I had to like figure out the exact show that I'm going to, because, you know, look at your schedule, but I am going to see it. I'm mentally preparing to see a show that I love so much, and to see people who I love dearly playing these roles. It's going to be a really emotional
devastating
thing.
in a good way. It's devastating.
Yeah,
Bring your
it's,
tissues.
It's
That's my
beautiful.
advice.
Andrew and Stephanie J. Block mean a lot to me, so I know they're going to kill it.
Anna asks, if you could play any other character in Hamilton, who would you play?
Angelica.
See, I had a feeling.
And Peggy.
David wants to know if you have your Hello Dolly ticks.
Oh, I don't.
Are you going to hook us up, David?
Okay, so this
First
is the
of all,
thing. I've been friends with Gavin for a very long time.
Right.
And that friendship is finally going to pay off. I am going to meet Bette Midler.
Do you hear that, Gavin? I know you're watching.
I mean, I don't want to scare the divine Miss M.
Yeah, you
I
might
hope
be
she's not watching.
acting a little intense right
Okay,
now.
I'm cool.
It's cool.
We'll see what happens.
We're fine. It's no big whoop.
I basically, I wonder if I've been plotting my friendship with Gavin for like a decade.
That's what
for
it was.
This moment.
Yeah. You were like, well, let's
to
do
happen.
Broadway Impact. We'll just do this stuff together. We'll
Right.
hang out.
We'll fight for marriage
then
equality, and
maybe
hopefully you'll get in a show
someday.
that will finally get me to meet Bette Midler, Gavin.
That's what it's always been about.
So yeah, so I will be seeing it. It's just, you know, I'm trying to play it cool and figure out
Yeah,
what
you're
day.
playing it really cool right now. Are you going to sing any Bette Midler songs? Oh, you are. You are. How many?
I'm trying to limit it to
5.
yeah. Stephen Remus is my music director,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked on him with him on
Mormon,
and also the last solo show I did, Pub Crawl, which was all Irish music, Irish drinking songs I learned as a child. And
Like most kids.
yeah, so this is going to be, you know, a lot of campy, gay, fun musical theater, Bette Midler, rock, David Bowie. And so he's trying to, every time I bring up another Bette Midler song, he's like, all right, I think
We've
they
hit
got it.
our quota.
They got it.
They got it.
Well, we're okay.
Someone else is asking if you can get Gavin Creel to actually be on social media.
Oh, no,
No, he doesn't want to do it.
I can't. And I've tried. Because we've done so, like, Gavin is just level-headed and doesn't need social media in the way that
You do?
other people might need some kind of reassuring, you know, it's fun. I love social media because I love interacting with the Broadway community.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I think that Gavin sees it differently, and I really respect the way that he interacts with the Broadway community only on a one-on-one basis. So when you go see Gavin outside a stage door,
Yeah.
you might have
Genuine.
a 15-minute conversation with him,
True.
but he's not one to just have a relationship.
Have you tweeted at Bette Midler?
No,
Ever?
no,
Never.
never once.
Never happened.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't find
I
a
would,
tweet? Mm-mm.
I would combust into pieces.
that
I
wouldn't
would
happen.
spontaneously combust. I couldn't do it. I have met her once, and I literally was just like, hey, and walked away. I couldn't deal with it. So, and now it's never
Do you
gonna
think it's
happen
gonna
after
get better
this.
this time if you actually
No.
meet her again? No. it
No,
won't be
you know,
better.
like it's just it's just, you know, I'm gonna let life happen.
That's right.
And bring me down the road to
Absolutely.
that,
You
'cause
won't be
that's-
belting in her face. Nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad will happen. We'll ask one more question, and then we gotta go.
Okay,
I'll ask you two more questions, because there's so many good questions, you guys. Thank you for
you
this.
guys are good.
Elise is asking, which other historical figure would you love to play?
Wow. Man, that is a really good question. I am obsessed with Ken Burns' 7-part documentary on the Roosevelts. It is amazing, and I've watched it probably, now everyone's gonna think I'm really crazy. I've watched it so many times I've lost count. Because
It's a big time commitment.
it's a big time commitment. That's like 14 hours. But it's one of those things that you can like put it on and have it on in the background. And it's just, especially now with the way the world is and everything's up in the air, to watch history and realize that there have been crazy things that have happened in the past and we've gotten through it. And Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, and Eleanor Roosevelt. Maybe I will put together a show and I will play all 3.
I like it.
And it will be a la my Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Just go from one to the other.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, but that documentary, if you are a history buff at all, watch it. Ken Burns' The Roosevelts.
That's a great question, Elise.
Amazing.
And then, everyone wants to know. Peyton asked, this is interesting, what do you think is the heart of Hamilton? The heart of the show?
What is the heart of the show?
King George?
Yeah, the heart of ice. I would say that, you know, the heart of the show to me is Lynn. And the man doesn't need more praise, I know. But the truth is that for me, what's made Hamilton's success even so much more widespread isn't just the fact that it's a brilliant piece of work that so many people at the top of their game have come together and put together. And it of course was going to be a huge success. But I think that Lynn's ability to include everyone in it, that when Hamilton came to Off-Broadway and Broadway, I had nothing to do with it, and I felt like it was mine, it was ours. That he is somebody in social media who's the opposite of Gavin and is able to let people into life and his art in a way that is totally new.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people feel connected to it and a part of it in a way that has just never happened before in the history of theater. And I think it's a new way of communicating with theater audiences. I think that he has given permission to the theater community to reach out to the audience and kind of say, come in, you can be a part of our theater and a part of what we're doing every day from your home.
That's amazing. All right, one more question. I know I lied to you guys. One more question, since that was so deep. I'm going to ask a super shallow question.
Now we're live at 6.
Live at 7:45.
I got no show tonight.
Favorite celebrity who's come to see Hamilton? They got to meet.
There are a
And
really...
you're going to be hurting the feelings of the thousands of other celebrities. Who
Yeah,
came to see
they don't care.
Too
They
bad.
don't.
Too bad.
They don't know who. As I'm always like, I was the king. I had the wig on. Hi. I won't say Zac Efron, who came last week, because my husband is probably watching. I won't say that.
Hi, Gerald.
But
But maybe Zac Efron.
maybe he was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not blushing, right?
No, I'm not.
I would say there have been so many amazing people that I respect and who have come, but the person who really I was like, this is something I'll tell my grandkids, is when David Letterman came. And I watched David Letterman with my mom my entire life. And, you know, he is a real comedian. I just never thought that I would ever get to be in something where he would come see it, let alone come backstage. And I got to witness his exchange with Lynn, because, you know, our dressing rooms are right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like these two genius minds getting to have this interaction. And that's what Letterman said to Lynn was, it's rare that you get to witness true genius, you know.
That's amazing.
And to me, to get to see that exchange and to see a man who's made me laugh forever, tearing up over a production of something that I got to be a part of. I don't know. It was something that I was just so excited to be able to tell my mom and my family. And you know, there's certain
That's a
people
big one.
you see it
Big one,
makes
especially if
you
they're in your
realize
home
where you
every
are.
day. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys, go see Hamilton if you can get tickets. I mean, try, whatever. And also, listen to Rory's podcast.
Yes,
Living the Dream.
You can find it on my website if you have trouble, RoryO'Malley.com.
And
podcast.
go see his, what is it called?
It's called Out of the Basement.
Out of the Basement, not Tales from the Basement.
Tales from the Basement, Out of the Basement. Just come to the damn basement. We're going to have a party on December 11th and December 12th at 9:30 at 54 Below. It's going to be a blast.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye.